Good evening, people. This is the Boxing Beats and Rhymes live stream, live from the United Kingdom. Talking that good old boxing talk. RIP to John Robertson, Nottingham Forest winner. RIP. Who did he score that winner against? Forest won the cup twice in a row. European Cup. This is before UEFA Champions League. And Trevor Francis scored that header. The diving header. And the year after that, did they beat Bayern Munich? I watched both finals. And John Robertson scored a wicked goal. I think he scored the winner as well. He passed away, man. Passed away. He's in the 70s, yeah? How time flies, man. How time flies. Kieran, it's good. John Robertson, man. Let's see what was it? Was it Bayern Munich? I'm not sure if it was Bayern. Nottingham Forest. European Cup. Let's have a look. They won it to this. They were an extraordinary team, you know. Right. They eliminated CSKA Sofia in the first round. That was 1981. So what year did they win it then? The 78, 79. Flip it now. The first one was the second one was 79, 80. The great SV Hamburg. That's who it was. Bernabeu Stadium. Brian Clough, you know, was a man. He was just, in my opinion, he's the best British football manager ever. He just didn't get the opportunities because he was a fire starter, innit? He shook things up, and they didn't want that. They went for Ron Greenwood, and that's why they deserve to be where they are. The English football team. I've had arguments with proper English dudes. You know the ones who don't consider anyone a darker shade than them, English or British, even though you put into the system and have to slave your guts out like them. Well, you're not really English, are you? I had arguments. Why England don't deserve better than they've done? Yeah, I had to go for a walk to do the same thing, Leon. Hope it's all blessed. About to do a short home workout to balance out my Boxing Day indulgences. Yeah, like I went for a power walk. I did go for a power walk. Walked up a couple of hills because you know what I mean. I've been eating the mince pies, innit? Been on the mince pies. Mince pies and I just had one now. But you know what I mean? I ain't eating no more. I'm not gonna eat no more. I left the mince pies, Lord. You know what I'm saying? Left the mince pies. Nice though. You got a good point, Daniel. Yeah, the DAZN cards should have you considering if it's worth your money in the coming months. You have a good point. You have a good point. You do have a good point. I've got another video which I need to just touch up and finish about the current system. The current system is awful. It's awful. They want your subscription money, but they're still going back into that old mindset of protecting their assets. So we're not going to make this fight and this fight. Although you've got Oscar, Frank, and Eddie all on the same platform. You're all on the same platform, but we're going back to the old ways of you're protecting all your assets. Well, let me protect my assets as well. You know what I mean? Leon says, incline walks are great. My go-to one gym. Yeah. Done a couple of steep hills. Probably walked about, how long? Oh, maybe about 4 miles. About four miles or something. That's all right at my age. You know what I mean? 4 mile walk or whatever. You know what I mean? Because that's the only way I'm managing. Like, I'm not even you know what I'm doing right now? I'm treading water, right? I'm treading water. I'm walking, riding my bike, doing a bit of cardio, just to keep ticking over. Because if I don't, then it's just impossible to keep weight off. It's just impossible to keep the weight off. So I'd rather tread water rather than flipping the blowing up. You know what I mean? Duh. Free says big up beats, not the mince pies, Christmas cake. You use a Christmas cake. I ain't got Christmas cake. I got the luxury mince pies, the crust and the butter crust. Them shits is like. And I'm not supposed to eat sugar, but you know what I mean. It's Christmas season, isn't it? Incline walks, yeah. Forest, right? That Forest team, yeah. Now let's bear in mind that it's 40 years plus, so my memory not as great as it could be. Forest, right, came up from the old second division because there was no Premiership back then. This was first division days. Forest came from the old first division, and it's Brian Clough and his right-hand man is Taylor. His name was Taylor. These two were unstoppable. They were unstoppable. Right? They won the league and the European Cup. How much times did Forest win the league? Right? And they're coming from, and what you have to remember, yeah? Back then, the Liverpool football team is probably the best football team. Better than Man United in their prime? I don't know. They've got a shout, though. They've got a shout. You know what I mean? And they broke that domination, bro. They broke that domination and won the FA Cup. Not the FA Cup. Hold on. How much times did Nottingham Forest win the old first division? How much times did Nottingham Forest win the first division? Yeah, once. It was only one. 77 the Clough. A remarkable feat, it says, achieved after their promotion from the second division. Yeah. And the thing is, yeah, this is not the first time. Did Brian Clough win the league with Derby County? Win the league with Derby County. Hold on. Hold on, come on. 1 sec. Did Brian Clough win the league with Derby County? Did Derby County? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Listen, Derby County and Nottingham Forest, as it says, are two Midland teams who were going nowhere, right? And that time, the Leeds United team were a force. Wow, Brian Clough, something else, bro. Something else. Something else. He listen. It was no joke, bro. He was no like he was just you know when someone just got a totally different mentality, and the football association they didn't know what to do. They did not know what to do with him. They did not know what to do with Brian Clough, right? There was one guy from Sheffield Wednesday. His name was Gary Megson, and they ended up signing him. And after one sparring session, Brian Clough said this guy couldn't trap a bag of cement, and they shipped him out. He didn't play a game. I'm not sure if he played a game. Shipped him out. Shipped him out. Didn't mess about. Didn't mess about. Yeah, he was a maverick. That's the word, Anthony. A maverick. A maverick. That's the word. Crescencio, Derek Clark. What's up, Anthony? Yeah, he won the old first division with the Rams. Derby County and Nottingham Forest are arch rivals. Yep, yep, yep. Way ahead of his time. Way ahead of his time. You know what I mean? They played really good football as well, Forest. They played really good football. You know what I mean? I remember watching Forest, man, at White Hart Lane, like live. Some really good games, man. When who's some of the players they had? Kenny Burns. Kenny Burns and our dealers, they got into a scrap, and Ricky Villa, the Argentinian, he came in and he intervened. And Hoddle, I remember Hoddle scoring a great goal, and they had Peter Shilton in goal. And I remember, right? Where was I in the ground? Was I in Caxton? I think I was in Caxton. And Shilton made the news because apparently, I mean, he was doing something naughty with this girl. Her name was Tina. Her name was Tina, and he got caught. How he got caught? I mean, big news story. And for the whole game, the Tottenham fans barracked him. Tina gives him Tina barracked him for the whole game, bro. And I can see he was getting to him, He was getting to Schultz, He was getting to him. He was getting to him. He was getting to him. Peter Shilton, man. Wow. He was a good keeper, though. He was really good. He was really good. I remember there was one stage where England had to alternate between him and Ray Clements. He'd play one game, then Ray would play the next. Wow. Ray Clements passed away, didn't he? What are they saying? Calling him Pathetic Peter. Why would you call him that? Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. I don't know what we're gonna do with this boxing thing because the promoters are no good. They're no good. None of them are no good. They're all protecting their assets, blocking certain fights from happening, and they're all on the same platform on the zone. They're no good. But you want this big subscription fee from people. And it's not working. Apparently, they're having to give out discounts. I mean, I should ask for a deal. Why am I paying the fucking whole up? I'm such an idiot, man. Shouldn't I mean? Sorry for swearing, people. Sorry for swearing. Big up sitting by the river. Yeah, they've got to like fix up their strategies, man. They really need to fix up their strategies. I don't know what they're doing, man. It's not acceptable. What time is Inoue fighting? Because it's on the zone, so I'm definitely watching that. There's no way I'm paying all that subscription and I ain't watching that live. I need to find out what time. Let me see. Let's see. What time is Picasso Inoue on UK time? About 1 o'clock afternoon. Is it 12:57? Yeah. 12:57. Yeah. The undercard starts at 9 p.m. Probably be 1 p.m. All right. Definitely watching that. Not the whole card, but you know what I mean. I want to see Nakatani. Why isn't he like? Why didn't they just make the Nakatani? Why are we waiting for fights all the time, man? It's like waiting for fights, waiting for fights. I'm telling you, man, they get like so frustrating being a boxing fan, man. Just make the fight, man. Well, we got to build it. Fuck your building, bro. Sorry, I keep swearing. That's boxing, you know. That's boxing. It's such a. It's annoying though, man. There's no need to build that fight. There's no need. Fighters don't do much for the fans, bro. Tension skyrocket between Junto Nakatani and Inoue. Well, you could between you could release all the tension and fight each other if you really got beef like that. Junto, freeweight world champion, will look to impress. He makes his junior featherweight debut against Sebastian Hernandez. Super feather. In a way, super bantam, isn't he? No, junior feather. All right, junior feather. So that's junior feather is super bantam, yeah? So confusing boxing. Just call it one thing, bro. I've never heard them really call it junior featherweight. So much weight classes. Junior featherweight. What the heck is that? It's super bantam. Super featherweight. Yeah, I heard see a super. What is it? Bloody junior featherweight. sitting by the river. Warren don't want the AJ fight. It's weird. It's just the weirdest thing. Go fight with me. Fight Moses. Fight Dubois. Fight Wardley. Flipping hell, Frank. Fight a Coley. I'm at a fight right now. Fight him. Fight Derek. Fight Caballero. Go over to Germany now. Fight Caballero. Flipping hell, Frank. Yeah, he's moved up from bantamweight. I wouldn't have thought there'd be an upset in either of their fights. Does Nakatani have a chance against Inoue, or does he get blown away? It's a serious fight, though, isn't it? So it'd be for undisputed. Inoue's still got all his straps, man. If they do meet up. All right, well, we've got to let him have one fight at a weight class, I guess. I'm just impatient. Why wouldn't we be impatient? It seems like we just wait for everything, man. Anthony says, Saudis don't care about boxing. It's just a gateway to their economic dominance in the West. My belief is that their main goal is to host and win the World Cup in the 2030s, the first Arab nation. So they basically got to clean up their image to get hold of that, to even be considered by FIFA, innit? Yeah. They probably passed all the envelopes out. So it wouldn't be shocked me if they I mean, because that's amazing for the tourist trade and the plans they've got to make Saudi a great tourist destination. The World Cup will be the coup, innit? That'd be the serious coup, Anthony, is the World Cup. $500 for the zone, says Crescencio. Ultimate package and still got to buy PBC. Yeah, it's liberties, bro. I agree with you. It is liberties. It's absolute liberties. They've got to they've got to improve the system, man. The system needs improving. It's just not proficient. Not at all. You know what I mean? It's not proficient. Crescencio, $500. Yeah. Anthony says the different names of the weight classes are down to different sanctioning bodies, some of which need to go. Too much sanctioning bodies, too much weight classes. It's just like overkill. You know what I mean? Now, when he said junior featherweight, I'm like, what is a junior featherweight? Kieran Malcolm, the Sun has just published an article that Ricky left 40 million to his kids. It shows that having generational wealth doesn't always buy happiness. RIB Hitman. Ultimately, money is a tool that is supposed to simplify things and give you a bit of leverage on day-to-day living. But if your will to wake up every day and live your life isn't there, no, I probably imagine that having then again, until you have the money, that's a lot of money. 40 million. That's a lot of money. I didn't realize he had that much money. That's a lot of money. But you never know what's in someone's head. You just never know. You just never know. Sometimes you see people and you might think they're down, but they might not actually be down. It's just maybe their mannerisms. Some people you think they've got it all and they don't have it all. Yeah. And it's a spot on beats, cleaning up their image and presenting a friendlier face as Russia did in 2018. Now, alleged enemies. Yes, indeed. Yes. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they'll just abandon it once the yeah. Like you're saying, they'll abandon football. And the reason the likes of Jake Paul, KSI, and the Saudis have invaded boxing is because of the amateurish way it's been run, and they've been able to exploit that and make Jake Paul make vast fortunes out of football. The Saudis have made huge inroads, because when you look at this baller league, that KSI, and they've got a lot of retired footballers, it hasn't really picked up, has it? It hasn't really done what they said it was going to do. You know what I mean? And you know why it's not picking up like that? Because bottom line is, people want to watch Champions League. They want to watch the Premiership. They want to watch football. They want to watch the World Cup. But boxing, it's like disenfranchised audience. What is worth pay-per-view? What are you providing for the money we're laying out? Yeah, money is a tool. That's right, Anthony. It's a tool. You know what I mean? And like what does make you happy in life, really? Like when you get to a certain age, it's not happiness. It's not happiness. When you get to a certain age and you really grown up, you realize that I can't seek happiness. I live day to day and I try to find contentness in the things I do. Yes, that's all it is. You know? And Ricky couldn't do that, obviously. Even with all the money he had. He had substance abuse issues. And that's a bad road to go down, especially when you have a lot of money. Substance abuse, alcohol worse than all the other substances as well. It's a lot worse. It's a lot worse. I mean, the man had children, and like that's something that's supposed to keep you going. You want to be there for your children. No, even his kids Couldn't keep him there. He bailed. Anthony said, boxing is a sport that cannot and will not change. It does not want a league structure. Boxing at the top end is a one-off marquee event. It doesn't want to do anything. You know what I mean? Like, what Oscar and Eddie are not saying, you know what I mean, is they're in fear. They're not stupid, right? A lot of the old guard from the old system, they understand that Dana White, Nick Khan, Shapiro, and all them people who generated all that money at the UFC are vastly superior in the art of making money from combat sports than all of them combined in boxing. Now, I'm not here to promote Dana. I don't know why people think I'm promoting Dana. I'm not promoting Dana. I'm just giving you the reality. They are shit scared of these people. They're shit scared. You know what I mean? Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, they're not as business savvy. They're not as business competent as these guys that streamlining a promotional franchise. They're not in that league. That's why Turkey went to them. It's just business. People are not understanding that. Beats, why are you sticking up? No, it's business, bro. That's all it is. It's just business. It's not personal. It's just business. El Gramus, who do I think wins out of Frank Sanchez and Richard Torres? I don't know. I don't know. Is it happening? Are Top Rank interested in a purse bid? Who's representing Frank Sanchez? Who's going to pay for that fight? Who's going to pay for it? Leon, he says health, relationships, and money. Yeah, health is important. Relationships and Punani. You know what I mean? Punani is important. Yeah. So that's like there's just a few pleasures in life. I mean, man, like you can't live your life like on your want for pleasures. You can't. It's not sustainable. Whether that's drinking, weed, freaky sex, cars, Wilder revealing that he adopted Teddy's kids, and the boy said, "You're not my real dad." Will, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. That put him in a bad area. He thinks that he's over it. And see, that's the thing, isn't it, with men? Like men, these red pill debates and that have no connection with the truth, innit? Have no connection with the truth. Facts are horrible facts. I'll give you the horrible facts. You know what I mean? I'm gonna spare no one. How many people are in the chat? 56 people. Most of you are dudes. You know this is gonna come, and a lot of you are young. But I'm just warning you. warning you now. It's going to be through women. They'll fuck up your mind. You're going to, at least a few of you, a good number of you, you're going to go through experiences as fathers, husbands, boyfriends, or just F mates. It is what it is. I'm just being honest with you. Women are a formidable force. The red pill won't tell you that, but they're a formidable force. I'm telling you. See what Anthony just said there? I swear Telly is looking to get knocked up again. She's working hard in the gym to lose weight. And see, that's what they do. They know. They know what to do. Right? To get you strung out. Yeah. See, when Wilder saw that fine brown thing and she started giving him the eyes, he was done as bruh. Done. Yeah. I mean, that's all it was. That's all it was. Yeah. You were done. You were done for. That's the truth. That's the truth of it. And you've got some of them like the red pill, like, don't let women do this. Don't let women do. And it's stupid. Like you telling men that is stupid because all you can do is tell them to brace themselves. Yeah, tell them to brace themselves. But as for the likelihood that a woman isn't going to get over on you in your lifetime, it's just not a reality. It is what it is. Anthony said regular punani is a must. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. You know what I mean? Daniel says health, mental, especially his physical and wealth. Yeah. You need to be in shape, innit? Yeah, that's the latest news, Anthony. Yeah, he's been kicking a few revelations about the relations. Yeah. BG. That's good. Yeah, but BG knows. I know BG. But blinded by the beauty is real. Yes, it's real, bro. It is real. It is real. It is real. You know what I mean? I remember when I was a kid watching Samson and Delilah, a young kid. And I'm absorbing it, you know. I'm absorbing these things. I'm like, flipping now, bro. From when I was young. Yeah. How old am I? 7. And even though, like, the brain isn't formed to take in the intricacies of the program or the film, you can still see what's going on here. Like, I remember when October Red was here, and I gave you my moment when I was white knighting or whatever. I was what do they call it for that girl? Yeah, yeah. But it's true. It was real. It's real. I'm not. Didn't get over on me, man. Come on, man. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm still here, you know? I'm still alive. It is what it is. I'm still alive. Anthony said it appears that Telly introduced him to the ayahuasca. I told my little brother the other day that I would never touch it. I wouldn't touch that stuff. I wouldn't touch. I wouldn't touch it. One thing I haven't did over the holiday, I haven't had a drink. I haven't had one drink. I'm probably gonna go get a Guinness sometime in the week, but um, I won't touch them substances. I mean, weed, nah, not in it no more. Ayahuasca, no chance. Any other substance, no, not for me. Yeah, he brought up that 50 million again. Did he bring up the DAZN offer though? Big up Lucas. Yeah. Leon says, I remember that chat. Pum Pum was great. I knew it. Listen, it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, listen. At the end of the day, yeah, when you're getting it good like that, you often are going to get an invoice. It might not be actual money. It might be a piece of your soul. It might be a piece of your dignity. It might be actual cash. But the invoice is coming. Anthony, I remember watching Carmen Jones as a 10-year-old with Dorothy Dandridge. Oh, that fine, that fine brown thing. I mean, she was flying, boy. You was fine. And saying to myself, now I want my wife to look just like her. Oh yeah, she was hot at me, man. She was hot, bro. Yeah, and a character in the movie was a complete bitch. Carmen. I don't think I've seen it though. Yeah, Dorothy. Let's have a look, man. Let's clock the form. Things are hotty, bro. Damn, man. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Like, go out and live your life, though. Don't be Oh, I have to make sure that this woman don't get. Listen, you gotta go out and live your life, bro. You gotta go out and live your life. You gotta go out. And live. Unfortunately, how it's set up for men and women is women ain't just giving up the box for nothing, bro. You know what I mean? Some do. Some do. But they're not just giving up the box like that. Yeah, she just fine in it. Flipping out. She died in 96. She was young, in it. How old was she? 43. Flipping out. How did she die? Drug overdose, Anthony. Drug overdose. BG, he watched the film. BG said he watched the movie with his grand. Nice thing. Oh, boy. Carmen Jones is a movie full of red pill lessons, Anthony. She played Harry Belafonte like a fiddle, yeah? What did Chubrook say? Dorothy Dandridge crossed the bridge. The media got involved into her shit. Gashed her grill and boggled up her wit. Took her name like a crook. And how long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Here's the hook. Open your eyes. Organized. Yeah, she was a hottie though, bro. Flipping out. It's what it is, isn't it? Like, how much of anything would you give away for a few sessions with a woman like that? It's the question, isn't it? That's the question. What are you prepared to give up? Oh dear. Her daughter is Harolyn Susan Nicholas. Bloody hell, her daughter's gone as well. 2003. How come you like she did a dead off so early? She's only 60. 60, not that old. Yeah, man. And he said, I want to tell you, Beats, to this day, I'm still trying to find a young woman with a look, with that look. The movie scarred me. Yeah, she was a black Marilyn. But you see, like what oh God. A lot of them women in history, back then, a lot of them got abused bad. You know what I mean? See, they're talking about Diddy and this and that. Flipping hell, man. Them days, they didn't have no recourse. No recourse for them at all. And Dorothy was probably one of them who got caught up. Like Marilyn definitely got abused. Yeah? Marilyn got abused by powerful moguls. They got diddied up, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, Ikai Biaborshi, I see him lose. I see him lose on points. That's the first time he lost Coppin since 1994. 1994. You know what I mean? And all I was thinking is when he beat up Chris Bird and punched the spit out of Chris's mouth, bro. Like at first he tried to box with Chris. And they said, nah, bro, forget that. Arms house. And when he started using the arms house offense on Chris just got beaten. I've never seen Chris get a beating like that. Chris, not Klitschko's, Holyfield, nobody got to Chris like that. Not Povetkin. And when he fought David Tua, like I was trying because I didn't know much about him at the time. I'm saying, I'm watching the fight and saying, why are you trading so much with Tua? That's the wrong way to box David Tua. But this guy just stood in the pocket with Tua and beat him and beat David. Yeah, of course you got headaches after that. You stood in the pocket with David Tua. You don't. If you get a boxing manual, yeah, and it tells you when you box David Tua, stay in the pocket, tear up that manual because it's trying to give you brain damage. Yeah, you've got to take the sting off Tua. You can't be taking flush shots from Tua. No. Mm-mm. And that's what he did. He beat him. He fought him totally the wrong way and beat him. Marilyn. A bit of a nuisance, isn't it? Like, you start flirt with the president and everything there, you know what I mean? putting Statesman's business out on front page and shit. Nah, Marilyn, this can't work, you know. Yeah, can't work. Yeah, no social media to air out your abusers back then. No, what was it? Old ladies. No, no, no. You just had to, yeah. Taking the Jake Paul fight was a genius move for his profile over there. Yeah, they were thirsting, innit? They were thirsting something crazy over there. Kieran says David Tuitt is still in training. He's in good shape for his age. Yeah, you take a David Tuitt left hook to the chin flush. David hit awfully hard, bro. He hit awfully hard, didn't he? I mean, like you watch some of David Tuitt's knockouts, man, when he took out John Ruiz in one round. Like the last left hook was so powerful, and when he broke up Michael Moorer with the body shots, I'm like, flipping hell. He knocked out Hasim Rahman. Let me have a look at the undercard, Coppin. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. T.O. versus Shakur. Right, Gore Stevenson, here we go. Peter got a 9mm. Play haters, they can catch a flame from my heater. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Carlos Adames, Austin Williams. That's a good one. That's a good one. Carrington versus Carlos Castro. Okay, vacant title. Wow. Is this back? Is this backed by the Saudis? I don't think it is. That's a good card, actually. Keyshawn. Oh, Keyshawn has took the Brooklyn boys' place then, yeah? So what happened with Eddie and the boogity woogity Brooklyn boys about to get biz kid? His knee bone connected to his thigh bone. What's his name? Hitchens. Yeah, Hitchens. So what happened to Hitchens? Jarrell Miller versus Kingsley Abbey. I don't know about Castillo and Zaid Amayov. Never heard of them two. Kingsley Abbey. Okay, he got stopped by Jared Anderson 2021. That's his. And what was the other loss? Split decision loss to Waldo Cortez. So Miller should win that. It's a pretty good card. It's a pretty good card. I didn't realize they were stacking it out like that. Madison Square Garden. Bob Arum. Wow, they managed to get Carlos Adames. So what happened to the PBC? Them can't get him up there. He ends up on the zone, yeah? This is a card. Well, Eddie thinks that Austin Williams can beat Carlos Adames. Austin can't. And Bruce Carrington is going for the WBC World. Oh, all right, okay. Keyshawn versus Jermaine Ortiz. Ortiz is going to give him issues. It's going to give him a few issues. but Keyshawn would be a big favorite. But Ortiz is a dark horse in that one there, you know. It's a dark horse. Wilder said he nearly had a heart attack. Eddie Hearn just shut his mouth about Crawford is not on Bob Rushmore. Shut up, Eddie. Well, I guess Conor. So is AJ on there then? If that's the case, we're going by resume. Is AJ on there? Yeah, well, you know, Beats have got to look at the. With Eddie, apparently. Ulix. He's back with Eddie Hitchens. Yeah. There was all. It looked like they were trying to make Hitchens versus the Virginia kid. Keyshawn. Yeah. It's not a bad card. Not a bad card. Lucas says it's a good card. Laughing my ass off. All right, base. That's one of their guys, yeah. See what I mean? Like, so Riyadh. That's Riyadh influence, isn't it? That's Riyadh influence. That's the reason it's stacked like that. Kieran says Ammo's on the card as well in a world title fight. Mark Morris says Merry Christmas to the UK. Yeah. Yeah, man. Season's greetings to everybody in the hangout. Season's greetings, people. Yeah, man. You see, like all that stuff there with embarrassing moments with girls. Every man is prideful. No, but nobody wants to go through that. But you know what it is? Yeah. Once it's happened, man, you got to not take yourself too seriously, or it's gonna crush you. There's a lot of shit that's gonna crush you. You got to learn how to have a sense of humor when you're dealing with the fairer sex, and not just that, just a lot of other things in life. You got to be able to dust off and go again. Like even with Andrew Tate, I don't like a lot of his content, but you know what I like? I like you see how he lost the fight, and his brother said, "You going through these moody clouds, silver linings." Oh, here we go. 1, 2. Can you guys hear me? All right, I think I'm back. I think he's back. Yeah, and he said, Tristan said to Andrew, tired of seeing you go through these moody clouds and always finding silver linings. And that's what he was doing. And like, you know, I don't get people like, okay, you're happy you lost the fight. And that's fair enough, right? Because that's what happens post-fight. People root for people, and sometimes they're happy. Like, you know, when Dillian loses, that makes Anthony's evening. You know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? When Kovalev got beat up by Ward, yeah, that was a great day. That was a great day. We all do it. We all do it. But at the same time, anyone who loses a boxing match or any type of fight, you're going to be in a very reflective mind state. But they're trying to make it, oh, you've lost big time. No, he just lost the fight and he's processing. You know what I mean? It's not that big a deal. These people are acting like the guy came around their house and stole out their house, or you know him personally. Just take it to heart too much, man. Like, the reason I ain't tearing strips off him is because I never held him up there in that esteem as a talker in the first place. Coppin says, good to watch boxing on a Saturday morning, midday for a change tomorrow. Yeah. Mark Morris says, Ring IQ and Beats best boxing channels on YouTube. Indeed, I agree. Big up Ring IQ. Yeah, it's Saudi money, Lucas. That's why they've managed to pack out the card. Brewer, he says, Tate was terrible. He was awful, wasn't he? He was awful. You know what I mean? And he says the Dillian White reference. I tell you what, man. If AJ can stretch out Fury, that'd be a good day for me. If AJ can stretch Tyson Fury out, then me and AJ is good. You know what I mean? Stretch him out. That would just be a beauty. You know what I mean? But even then, you know what I'm going to do? When AJ stretches him out, I'm deliberately not going to make too much of a big deal. I'm going to keep the dignity. You know what I mean? Because you see, to me, right? You know when you win something, right, over somebody you really want to beat, the worst thing you can do is over celebrate it. You spoil the effects of the victory. You spoil the effects by over celebrating. You spoil it. You know what I mean? It's like how someone described Ali knocking out Foreman, right? The way they poetically broke down the knockout, the anatomy of the knockout. They said Ali hit him with that 1-2, and as Foreman fell, it was in sections, wasn't it? Right? Because it wasn't just a direct fall, yeah. It went in a circle, and Ali watched the circle. And he could have threw another punch, right? But he didn't throw another punch because it would have messed up the aesthetics of the knockout. It was just perfect. It was just perfect the way you watch Foreman descend to the canvas and get counted out. It was just perfect. Sometimes you can overdo it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can overdo it. It's like in real life. Let's say you physically beat someone up or you mentally beat somebody in a debate or something like that. And then once you've secured the victory, if you show humility and extend a little humility to them, you know that makes it even worse for them than when you really glowing. You know what I mean? That makes it even worse. Because, oh no, he's giving me charity after he beat me. I'm into all that psychological. You know what I mean? I'm into all of that. I like all of that shit there. It's just the way I'm in it. I've got some of you guys' quotes, you know, from the tax. Actually, I've got them. I've got them on a laptop. All right, or do I? I think I do. Let's see if I can find them. I don't think I deleted them, did I? One sec. I don't think I deleted them. Or maybe I did. Yeah, I deleted them. There were some interested comments on the taxes on Fury, the Fury story. You guys gave me some very interesting commentary. Very interesting. Rachel Reeves. Let's have a look. Yeah, Frank is shook of AJ, boy. Frank is so shook of Fury mashing up AJ. You know what I mean? Do you think today's AJ can beat Wardley? I do think AJ can beat Wardley. I do. But AJ is likely to throw it away somehow. I can see AJ putting a beating on Wardley and perhaps throwing it away. Yeah, I can see AJ beating up Wardley, giving him a good beating as well. Yeah, I could see it. I could see AJ giving Wardley a good beating. I've been thinking about that fight a lot. Big up Mark Morris. I think today's AJ can beat up Wardley. I'm not sure if he wouldn't throw it away though. I'm not sure if AJ wouldn't throw it away. But I think AJ has got more skills than Wardley. SK thinks Wardley would stop him late. That wouldn't shock me. But it depends how much of a beating AJ puts on him. AJ's got to put such a beating on him and put it out of his reach. Yes, Mark Leacock. Nigel Benn is definitely worthy of being in the IBHOF, the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Yes. Definitely. Just for the McLennan win alone, bro. You know what I mean? People have got to remember, McLennan was the most dangerous person in boxing. The most dangerous. Yeah? The most dangerous person in boxing. He was coming off two knockout wins against Julian Jackson, bro. And Roy Jones wouldn't fight him. He was feared. He was absolutely feared. And Nigel Benn dealt with him, bro. Dealt with him. 100% Hall of Fame. 100%. 100. Listen, the Americans are still shook about that win, you know. The Americans are still shook. Hey, he cheated. He used his steroids. Did he? Prove it. Prove he used steroids. He pretended he was fainting on the floor. Did you actually watch the fight? You do realize he never had a good fight after that again. He was destroyed. The fight destroyed him. It destroyed both of them. He never had a good fight after that. Yeah. The Iran Barkley first round win in America, Doug DeWitt, a draw with Eubank. Should have won that fight. They should have actually gave him that fight. I mean, he was such a good, what people don't realize, Nigel Benn is such a good fighter, right? If you watch his first performance against Eubank and then watch the second performance, the way he's rolling Eubank shots, the improvements and adjustments he made in defense, my gosh. Nigel Benn is such an underrated fighter. Such an underrated fighter, man. Such an underrated fighter. I'm telling you. Anthony said the McLennan win and Barkley win alone, those are Hall of Fame wins. 100%. 100%. Yeah. Anthony said, I think that fight is a genuine 50-50. Yeah, it's a great fight. To be honest, I don't even want AJ to chase Fury. I don't like Fury just does my head in. He does my head in when it comes to making fights. Can't deal with Fury. I rather him go just fight Wardley. You lose. So what? Make a great training camp and go for it. Why not? I'd rather him fight Wardley than, Fury talking all the rubbish before they even make the fight or he walks away from it. because I think he's going to price himself out. I really do. SK, one of them Americans need to come to the UK and beat Conor to reclaim their honor. Mark Morris, I hope so. Would like to see him become 3-time champion. I like Woodley. I like Woodley as well, Mark. I like Woodley as well. I like Woodley. Anthony said, Nigel had freakish power. He did, man. He did. He did. I'm telling you, man. He was very excited. He was like TNT, bro. He was like TNT. Oh, McClellan's son is a light heavyweight boxer, Gerald McClellan Jr. I didn't know that. I saw his sister Lisa say on YouTube the other day that she has never seen 80 to 90% of the money they raised for Gerald. That's sad. That's really sad. See, it's another thing with boxing, man. It's another thing about this system that, I mean, they're trying to warn you about Dana White, about how they don't look after their fighters, man. They never have did. Yeah, I believe she's never seen most of the money they've raised for Gerald. You know what I mean? Yeah. No, I don't think Richard Torres can be a world champion, Mark Morris. No, I don't. If Richard Torres was in the UK, he'd just be. But then again, he did beat Vianelli, who's a decent fighter. But no, I don't believe he can be world champion. No, I don't. I don't believe he can. But you never know. You never know. Let's see if you can get past Sanchez, isn't it? Let's see if you can get past Sanchez. Yeah, man. Lisa McClellan says that people warned her about Kevin Lucian. She didn't go as far as saying that the money raised was stolen. Oh. All right. Why didn't Nigel Benn look after it? Why was Kevin Lucian put in charge of it? I know they're brethren, but yeah. Pretty sad what happened to him. It was pretty sad. No pension. You know what I mean? No nothing. Just memories of a great fight. I tell you what, best fights that we've seen in Britain. That's one of the best. That's one of the best. Can. I don't know about that, Coppin. Like, what you think Torres could beat Joseph Parker? And Woodley has fight-ending power. Does Torres I don't think Torres has that. He didn't really get to Vianelli like that. I mean, with anything he threw. Oh, it was Nigel and Kevin Lucian who put the event on at the Grosvenor Hotel in Mayfair. That's Frank's old venue, boy. The Grosvenor Hotel. BG Fury will pull out. Yeah, he'll pull out and reschedule a fight against AJ. Standard procedure. DLB Newley, that was an iconic fight, an actual war. Yeah, Ben versus G-Man was a war. Scary fight. An absolute scary fight. Sick match. Sick. Like, I remember Bruno was ringside, bro. He had that garish looking suit on. He looked dread though. He just banging the canvas. Come on to get this. Yeah. That was a sick night. Nigel's not, I tell you, boy, even the Doug DeWitt fight, he was on the canvas, and he got back up, knocked down Doug DeWitt 3 times to win that WBO title, man. And the Barkley fight, he got hurt in that. Right there, that's when they got rid of the free knockdown rule in America. They said it was saying it was a bit controversial because he did hit Barkley while he was down. That fight was what he smacked up Barkley, bro. He just came straight at Barkley, bro. Took the fight to Barkley. Yeah, Bob Arum used to call him his British haggler. Nigel never lost to an American. Never lost to an American, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, 20 seconds to get back in. Knocked out the ring, Phil McCone. Fantasy fight. Conor Benn Jr. versus Eubank Sr. Are you serious? Conor couldn't fight Eubank Sr., bro. He's crazy. Why would that be a fantasy fight? Eubank Sr. would hurt that boy. Yeah, Anthony. Nigel Benn was fighting Americans at a time when the Americans were feared. Exactly. But part of America was he in? He trained in a rough part. It wasn't no nice part. He spoke about it. He trained in a rough part. After he lost to Watson, he relocated to America to train. SK without Ben, Eubank resume. What Ben you talking? What Eubank you talking about? Who's senior? Yeah, that's it in Miami. That's the one, Anthony. He trained in Miami. Yeah. Eubank Senior. His resume without Nigel. What? Michael Watson twice. Steve Collins twice. Carl Thompson twice. Nigel Benn twice. It's not a bad resume. It's not. I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. He fought one of that German, Rocky Graziani. That was a big win in Germany. It's actually not a bad resume, It's not bad. It's a bit underrated, actually. Diobi Newley says Eubank Senior would batter come on. He's a welterweight. Yeah, he's like no welterweight, no welterweight. You'd have to be like elite ATG welterweight to fight Chris Eubank Jr., bro. Right? Senior is not junior. It's a lot harder than junior, bro. Train a lot harder. You know what I mean? Mark Morris forgot about Watson. Yeah, two wins over Watson. Um, he didn't really go for it against a lot of the top Americans. Copping online. Will Senior throw with 100% power, or will he pull his punches to avoid a KO? I don't know, Coppin. I just know he's going to batter Conor. Conor getting battered. Conor getting smacked up if that fight ever happened. Conor gets smacked up. SK, no big American name. Yeah. He beat Tony Thornton. That wasn't a bad win, but no. Did he beat Lindo Holmes? And even then, something like the Tony Thornton fight was controversial. He had a lot of controversial fights. I remember watching the Tony Thornton fight. I'm thinking, boy, did he win that? But they gave him the decision. It's like, okay, he got a few decisions. Like you think, like a few chin scratches. Senior got a few chin scratches. I'm not gonna lie. Anthony says Conor doesn't have the defense to handle Junior to Senior. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. It's just way out of his pay grade. Yeah, way out of his pay grade. Would Senior accept a weight clause? No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. He wouldn't. I don't think he would. He's not as greedy for the money as Junior. Post Watson says, Phil Markham, Eubank kept taking his foot off the gas when it got serious. That's what they say. I guess it's a fair assessment, though. I guess. Yeah, like the Carl Thompson fights, the first one, man, like looked like he was on the verge of winning that. He had him hurt a few. He wobbled him a few times. Talking about Malinga. Malinga. No, Eubank beat Malinga. Ben didn't go. Ben like he fought him twice. He got a lucky decision. But Eubank beat him fair and square, I think. Conor the new Canelo says Coppin draining fighters to get a fake advantage. Well, they've got to drain themselves. They've got to agree to the fight, isn't it? Like you've got to agree. You know what I mean? Like you could argue that Chris could have fought for a world title at 160 rather than fighting a welterweight. Why was Conor going to fight Chris at a full poundage if Chris didn't concede nothing? It wouldn't make sense. Yeah, he did get a gift against Bernard. I actually agree with you, Calzaghe. It was a very close fight. I mean, Bernard put him on the canvas. If Calzaghe was in the UK, there's no way Bernard would have got a decision in a fight the other way. If it's turn it around the other way. Anthony Mack and Malinga had the Indian sign over Ben, and he admitted that in a recent interview with Darren Barker, Malinga had his number. Yeah, he did. He just had his number. Just had his number. See, Calzaghe, like he's a great undefeated. And he's got Eubank and and Bernard on his record. Like some people try and take it and say, "Oh, you fought them with it." Oh, Bernard went on to win titles after that and significant fights after Calzaghe beat him. Anthony says Calzaghe versus Hopkins was one of the worst championship fights I've watched. Yeah, because Bernard used to do that prison style boxing that is crafty, it's clever, but it wasn't always entertaining, holding hit and shit. That's why I used to call it. Bernard used to do prison boxing. Oh dear. Coppin 09. Calzaghe should have risked being robbed and gone to Germany and fought Sven, in my opinion. Well, why can't Sven come to the UK? Why does he have to go over there? You go over there to get robbed? Like Glenn Koff Johnson and Robin Reed and a few others. BG London, remember the hype for Calzaghe versus Lacey? We all knew what was going to happen to Lacey, man. Lacey, a one-handed puncher. Yeah, he got off the canvas against Eubank Anthony, did Malinga. Gave him a lot of trouble. El Gravis, what's my take on the Shakur TO undercard? Pretty good. Pretty good. Keyshawn versus Jermaine Ortiz. Carlos Adames versus Austin Amo Williams. I don't know much about Jarrell Miller's opponent, but it's a pretty good card. Can't lie. Anthony says Calzaghe's best win was Kessler. Lacey was not that good. Overhyped. Yeah, very much overhyped. He had the physique and the look and everything. It was the perfect foil for Calzaghe. Yeah, Kessler was a decent fighter, man. He had 2 fights with Froch in it. Win and a loss. Yeah. The tournaments, Dior Binuli, should run concurrently in most of the weight classes. It should never really be out of a tournament boxing. That's why it's so fractured a sport, man. The sport is so fractured. Yeah. Some people are saying Kessler was good. Some saying he wasn't so great. Give me one sec, people. Kessler was a very good fighter. He was very good. Kessler was very good. He started really well against Calzaghe. Calzaghe made some good adjustments, didn't he? Made some good adjustments. BG, Sky Sports were running things in the Calzaghe era. Yeah, they were. They were. Mark Morris, Kessler was his favorite fighter back in the day. D.O.B. Nooney says, yeah, the tournaments helped build stars. The 168 division. Indeed. It took a little long, though, before it was concluded. But if they can just condense it and work on the formats. But boxing's had so long to put its house in order. So long. And they've done nothing. They've done nothing at all. To be honest, I'm getting tired of it, man. I'm getting tired of it. I'm not sure if I'm going to renew. I'm not sure if I'm going to renew, man. You know what I mean? Boxing is just like, it's had so long. Like, to get a union, so fighters like McClellan has got some kind of way of paying for his upkeep. His sister's having to look after him 24/7. There's no insurance premiums, no union, no nothing. Then she got ripped off with the benefit money. Diobinuri says he's getting a bit disillusioned with boxing lately, losing interest. Yeah, I understand why. I understand why. It's annoying. It is annoying. It is annoying. I understand why. Does your head in. It really does your head in sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, you got Eddie Hearn talking absolute smack about Devin Haney. You got Conor Benn did nothing in his career, and you got the nerve to be ridiculing Haney. And no, it's just like too much, man. Get Conor to beat him, and then you can start bigging up Conor. How are you going to have Conor bigging up Conor? Come on, man. It's just pathetic. Oscar De La Hoya, he's the next one, man. Like, I don't like the promoters, man. Like, I mean, I used to big up Eddie when he done good work, but right now, I'm just like, no, I'm just not into this, man. I'm not into this at all. Not into this. It's not a good product, man. It's not a good product. It's not. It's not. It's not. Eddie said recently, what did he say? Can't make the Lewis Croker fight with Devin because Turkey isn't giving him the money to make. So without Turkey, you're not really. So what Simon Jordan was saying was right then. You know what I mean? You guys are just middlemen. What is it you actually do? Come on now. You can't make the fight if Turkey don't put the money up. Well, we might as well just get rid of you and get Turkey to put on the fights then, if that's the case. Eddie parading Conor around because he beat Eubank. Yeah, it's a good win, but it doesn't do anything in terms of his standing amongst those with really good resumes in the sport. That's just a starter. I expect if you're going to parade Conor Benn about Conor, you should be trying to make that fight to prove all what you're saying about Conor is real. Yeah? Avoiding fighters. Yeah. Mark Morris says boxing is my favorite thing. I just wish it wasn't so hard to make the fights. Yeah, they've got no system in place at all. Diobinuri would rather see a Torma versus Wardley. I could see another AJ Fury saga happening. Fury would just mess people around. Fury's just as soon as they started putting the name alongside AJ's to make a fight, I said, "Oh gosh, I can't do Tyson Fury, man." Ben awaiting outcome of the Brook fight? What Brook? Who's Brook? Brook, not Kell Brook. Kell Brook ain't Kell Brook fighting. Are you seriously? If that's who he's gonna fight until he gets his title shot, is Brook even fighting at 147? That's crazy, man. Fight from what I hear. Anthony says, what I don't like about boxing today is boxing media and the wild, wild west nature of it, especially on YouTube. It's totally unprofessional. Yeah. SK, people didn't like Canelo, but to be earth, he fought 3 to 4 times a year against top tens. Always something to look forward to. Benavidez got potential to star and maybe winner of Boots versus Virgil, Tio versus Shakur. Is Tank coming back? Does anyone really care if Tank comes back or not? SK replies to Anthony. 6050 Ring Magazine channel has shown decent production and their magazines are now top quality. See, they don't have physical copies in the shop no more, man. And I'm not buying no magazine online. I'm not buying I'm reading no online, man. I want a physical, copy in my hands. But by the time I get a physical copy, the news is just like, how late now? It doesn't even make sense buying magazines like it did in the old days. You know what I mean? Because by the time I get the news with a physical copy, you know what I'm saying? It's still fresh. All these sites on my computer where I'm getting the news before the magazine's released. SK, we need HBO back. Their production was insane. They ain't going nowhere near boxing. Boxing is very, very unpopular. Anthony says he's old school. I don't read magazines online. Yeah, that's the era I'm from. I want to read the actual magazine, like the online newspapers. Sites, reading articles on a screen. No, I want to sit down with my paper and read it. Or a coffee. SK, apparently Sky might be coming back next year. Sky might be coming back next year. Okay, SK, subscribe to a physical Ring magazine. You get it every month. Okay. They're just like collectors now. I guess I might collect them, just start collecting. Is it really good, yeah? And this is the same way I don't do audio books or Kindle Beats. Yeah, the audio books are weird, man. Like Prodigy from Mob Deep. It's just weird. Like, you know what I mean, audio book. See, that's the thing, man. Like, the boxing news in the UK used to come out every week, and I remember up till recently, like when Turkey purchased the Ring magazine, I was on Twitter arguing with people, and these are people who have never read the boxing news from the UK in their life, and they were trying to tell me that the Ring magazine. I said, no, it's not actually. And I proved it to them. The boxing news is about 13 years than the Ring magazine. Came out around, don't quote me, you can go look at it. Maybe about 1909 it came out, the boxing news. Yeah. And here's the thing, right? Sports Illustrated, Ring magazine, KO magazine, all the American gloss magazines, right, came out monthly. The boxing news came out weekly, every week. And when I'm explaining to them that the boxing news is an older magazine, it's actually better than all of their magazines. If you look at the information they pack in there, but they've never read it. So they say, no, you English can't do nothing, this, that. And I say, you're so fucking ignorant. You have never even seen the magazine and you still got a point to make. How have you got a point to make and you've never read the magazine, right? And I was explaining to them, the American journalists, right, of that time period, right, all used to get the boxing news. And they would tell you the boxing news was an excellent magazine. It covered everything in America, Britain, all around, and weekly. It's totally right producing a magazine weekly than it is monthly. Weekly. They're not put 10 shows a year to pop in there. I mean, it's not going to be 10 shows. They're not going back there. They haven't got the roster. They might put on a couple of shows at the most. But they're not rushing. They're not rushing into it after the Ben Shalom fiasco. They're not rushing. Yeah. Copin 09 said, what's the point in Sky coming back? They would just lose money unless they bid for pay-per-view fights only. Well, they're just going to go for the big fight. You see, the last time, well, not the last time, but Brooke, you see, the biggest show that Ben Shalom put on over there wasn't Eubank versus Leo Smith. It was Brooke and Khan. That was the biggest show he put on. And that's what they're going to look for, the blockbuster. If they can get a really big domestic showdown, then they might pop up for that. Just like Netflix. Netflix ain't got a whole full schedule. They just pop in and out. Yeah. And I don't think they're prepared to give a new promoter the budget, Coppen, to be honest. Anthony said that there's no point in them coming back. That ship has sailed a long time ago. I don't think they're not in a hurry, Anthony. They're not in a hurry. Anthony said it would take a massive pay-per-view star. Sorry, let me just get these. A massive pay-per-view star in boxing for Sky to come back to boxing. They are looking at Wilson versus Troy rematch. Callum will get hurt even worse. No grounds to get that because Troy is an Eddie Hearn fighter, right? And Eddie won the fight, so and go on the zone for that fight because Eddie's going to want to build up Troy now. Remember, Troy's got 3 straps, right? Troy went over to 168 pound. And I concur with you, D.O.B. Nooney. I don't know why Callum is going to take that fight straight away. I don't know why. He took a absolute hiding. SK, I guess they will be offering a Sky subscriber like me more sports to watch, and a big fight can have cultural impact, which has its benefits. Indeed. BG London, Anthony, he says you can't beat a physical book. You can't beat a physical book. You cannot beat a physical book. You can't. It takes you somewhere else, man. You know what I mean? It's a lost skill, isn't it? Reading books. It's a lost skill. It's solitude. It's patience. It's a detachment. Reading stuff online. I mean, because you can't just read something online, right? Because your device so much other avenues of content that you're not going to be totally focused on reading a book online, right? When you've got the book, it's just the book. The book hasn't got FB profiles, I mean, and seeing fit gal like Shiesty on Twitter and stuff like that. You're not getting that, right? You're just focused in on your book. You're focused in. You know what I mean? And that's the whole point of reading. Even when we were kids reading comics. You know what I mean? Like parents would give us some money. And like, it'd probably be me, a couple of my friends. I'm talking about when I was 10, 11. And them days there, you get 50p. you can get from your 50 pence, yeah. You get a comic, crisp, drink, shit. And like, just reading your comic. Great escape. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Where can you buy comics for your kids? There's no news agents. There's no news. You can't even buy decent stationery. You know how far I had to go to get some stationery the other day? Just the ruler. Shop. I had to go flipping. You can't buy magazines or anything. There's no magazines. Where do you buy magazines? You can get newspapers in the supermarkets and stuff. You can still get them, but people don't buy them. They just read the newspapers and put them back on the shelf. Nobody buys them. Could you? I mean, see, even like what they do in the tube stations, I don't like it. Like you get once you make it free, you devalue concept of reading a newspaper if you can get them for free. Picking up papers for free. No, you used to have to buy a newspaper, even if it was the greasy red tops, to go look at some page free Tata. There's not many of them. There's not many. Like they're all closed. I haven't seen where's W.H. Smith? The last understocked for magazines. Yeah. I used to get my boxing news every Friday from the news aid. Yeah. The Asian man. I remember the flipping idiot. For years I go around, right? Come from work, and I go straight to your flipping news agent, right? And I told him, make sure you hold my magazine. Don't leave my thing on the shelf. Hold it behind the counter. And you know what? I remember one week I went there to get my magazine. And he told me he sold my magazine. I said, I'm looking at this geezer and say, you're clowning around, yeah? Long. And me and him had Barney. I never forget that day. I never forget that day. Waterstones. Where's the Waterstone? I know what you're talking about. I've heard that name. I don't even know where they are, Waterstones. W.H. Smith of Mags and Supermarkets. The last time I see it, I think it was in the hospital when I was visiting my mum, the W.H. Smith. You know how flipping expensive the W.H. Smith was in the hospital. Bloody expensive, man. Yeah, Woolworth copping. Yeah, but Cockburn game back some boy. Woolworth. Yeah, the most traditional high street shops have closed now. Yeah, and these are good shops. Woolworths. Anthony used to, in the 90s used to walk to the local agents every Sunday morning to buy the News of the World. Yeah, News of the World, Sunday Mirror. Yeah, and they were good reads. Yeah, the red tops, but they were good reads, man. They were good reads. Remember Piers, in it? Piers and his mobile phone spying and all that crap. Yeah, Piers Morgan. Yeah, really good. Like for Brits, yeah, the Sunday papers. You get the whole of the football index and stuff. You know what I mean? And then you get some of the TV guide. You get a weekly TV guide in the Sunday paper. It was good value. You pay £1 for it. You know what I mean? And you read that paper. You read it. You don't even read it all at once. You read certain articles. Them days are good, man. Newspaper. SK, lucky where I live. We've got a decent town centre. DW Newley. Did you go to a different news agent after that, Beats? He saw how upset I was. I was really upset. I was so upset. Upset. Man sold my boxing news, you know. I said, you sold my boxing news. I said, I'm just like, why would you possibly do that? Yeah. Yeah, the photos were really good in the boxing. And you know what? It's just, you know what I mean? Like the American magazines had the glossy covers and the glossy sheets and stuff like. Nah, ours was just paperback, and even the old days, it wasn't even color; it was black and white. While the Americans were color, yeah, the color and the glossy. Ours was all it had. The red border was the only color it had. Black and white magazine, you know, old school. It was dread, man. The 80s. Eventually, it became glossy and it became color. It took a little while to adjust to that, you know. You know what I mean? When they made it color. Oh gosh. Dr. Woodop. Woolworths is where we would go to stock up on stationery for school. Yeah. Woolies, you know. I can't you know, see, we're showing our age would close down. Or that there wouldn't be a W.H. Smith where you could buy a newspaper or a magazine. Because I used to get my music magazines from W.H. Smith. Like, is it Mix Mag and stuff like that? Yeah. Even the Source, get the Source magazine. Then it became really crap. It became, like after a time, I can't even deal with the hip hop now. Forget. Wow. I can't remember. Oh, Piers. Yeah, Piers. I know you're talking about Piers. Piers is a waste man. Piers is a total waste man. D.O.B. Newley said he was disgusted with Callum Simpson's corner. They let him take a beating in there, and I don't understand it. It didn't make sense. It really didn't make sense to let him take that beating he took. And he said, "Yep, I like the unique black and whiteness of the boxing news." It was British, isn't it? It was just very British, bro. It was, you know what I mean? But it was a very well put together magazine. I mean, Harry Mullen. Harry Mullen was one of the directors. Then it was Claude Abrams, and then I think recently it's Chris Dixon. BG says, "Yep, Woolworths or W.H. Smiths. Yeah, great shops, man." How did Woolworths fold up? Like Woolworths was such a popular shop. Wow. It is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. It comes, it goes. Coppin says, even though they was local trash, I missed the local paper being delivered for free on a Wednesday evening. Oh yeah, you know, I shouldn't even bring it. I'll bring it out though. You see the local paper, yeah. When it like you say, the local paper when it got delivered. You know what I look out for? Is whose name was gonna be in the criminal pages because that I tell you me like was it Tottenham Gazette or Herald or whatever they call it? Nearly every week you'd see someone from the ends in the paper going to jail or getting arrested. Oh boy, that's what that's what the paper. You know what I mean? Was centered on for us. Yeah, yeah. Flipping hell, man. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Mm-mm. And I'm being serious, bro. I'm being serious. You pick up that local paper when it's delivered. And it's just the crime weekly for the ends. Flipping hell. Anthony said, removing these little things like famous high street shops and the decline of newspapers, making everyone tuned in online is a way of making us less connected to each other. You know what they did the other year? They closed a lot of the post offices, but now having to open a few because like a lot of the old people they're not doing direct debit, and some of the for the old people the only time they do the little post office thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, everyone nicks sweets from out of Woolworths. Yeah, BG. Everyone that's probably why it went under, isn't it? Everyone nicking sweets. At Tony, he says the local paper used to put people on blast, name, address, and everything. That's the one. The Hall of Shame. The Hall of Shame. Yeah. See a few disgruntled black women that they started the paper. You know, bring shit by the family. It's true though. Yeah. Yeah. They put people literally put. Wow. Mm. Littlewood shop, you know. I don't remember Littlewoods having a chain of shops. Maybe they weren't. Not in London, anyway. Littlewoods. I know they used to do the. Is that the same little ones woods who do the pools copping? I'm assuming it is. Customers. That's the thing with the post office, isn't it? Like people was doing everything online, direct debits. No one's sending letters like that no more. Everything's email. Like parcels, there still be a demand. You have to say like online basically destroyed the industry of post. Mothercare was a total rip-off. I know that. Yeah, there was a Mothercare in it. What did they used to sell in Mothercare, Doctor Wu? Is it kind of Busters, Toys for Us? This thing is so unstable. This connection on the studio. All right, it's back. What came out after Blockbusters? Because Blockbusters was videos, and then the other replaced with the DVD thing. Blockbusters. Remember Toys, how expensive Toys R Us was? Toys R Us was expensive, boy. Toys. Mm-mm. CNA. I know that. Old man slacks and polar neck sweaters. That's that one there, you know. That's the one. What's Marks and Spencer's was expensive, but remember how expensive Marks and Spencer's was? You buy a sandwich out of Marks and Spencer's, you got to take out a mortgage. You got to take out a mortgage, bro. That was for upscale people, innit? For people in the hood who thought they were upscale, Marks and Sparks, you know. Yeah. Expensive. Yeah, Netflix. Rental DVD. No, there was something before Netflix, though, PG. After Blockbusters, who was it? Who used what was the DVD rental chain? I can't remember what because I used to be a member. I used to be a member. What was it called, man? It's not Blockbusters. Do you remember how? Does anyone remember though? When you got the first video hire shops, how full them shops used to be. A lot of people younger they won't be, they can't relate to what we're talking about. But being able to hire a DVD, a video, forget DVD, was the biggest thing, bro. BG London says Netflix was the rental chain. No, it weren't BG, man. Netflix is online, isn't it? That's television. I'm talking about actual physical DVDs. Is it Love Film? Maybe I've got it wrong, BG. I mean, I always get shit wrong. I mean, was it Netflix then? You probably were right then. But Blockbuster, flip it now. Yeah, before online. Was Netflix rental, yeah? Mm-mm. Dr. Wood shopping center was in Wood Green. They had a Toys R Us there. Wow, Hackney ain't got right, you know. Although Brent Cross is a better shopping center than Wood Green. Brent Cross have got a serious shopping center. Yeah, Toad knows it. M&S still teeth. Teeth is anything, bro. And like a lot of women swear by the clothing. A lot of women swear, and not just old women, but mainly old women. But there's a lot of young women. They swear by Marks and Spencer clothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hiring out videos, man. I remember you used to bring them back late, and they're charging you extras, isn't it? They're charging you extras, bro. Yeah, 70s, 80s. See that 80s there, Dr. William Hackney. Hackney was just like don't don't go in Hackney if you don't know the layout back in the 80s. Don't do it. You don't know the layout of Hackney in the 80s. Don't go in there. Do not go in. Do not go up Hackney. I don't care what no one says. But people are probably saying, no, don't go in Tottenham. And yeah, maybe because I live there, it's different when you live there. You don't see you don't forget that, bro. Forget that. Forget that. You go anywhere near Sandringham Road at the wrong time. Major trouble. Major trouble. Major trouble. Yeah, and see that library is another source to rent DVDs, like you're saying there, Anthony. But and records and music. I mean, like I used to get lots of music, like CDs from out the library. Yeah, and then go and burn them. get, get 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 the CDs from the library and burn them off, bro. Oh gosh. I've injured my arm, you know. Injured my arm. I don't know if I'm about to work out tomorrow now. Elbows injured. Yeah, CDs from the local library. Yeah. Comet. Comet. What do they do? Electrical goods. Comet. Like they closed down Wilkinson, but they've got a new chain that's just like it's called B something. Wilkinson's got closed down, but it's been replaced. They've got a new chain of shops just like Wilkinson. Basically, the same as Wilkinson. Oh, Netto is ghetto. Dr. Woodok. Netto is the ghetto supermarket. That's when you and your woman, right? Go to Netto, you get the basket and you just full up that thing, bro. Pull it up. Yeah, Netto was ghetto tone. Netto was so ghetto. Oh gosh. BG London and Dr. Woodok hide the yellow bag. Oh boy. BG London. Yeah, I was burning CDs in HMV as well, and then return it. No, I don't want the CD after you burn it off. It's harder to do though with HMV because you have to actually open the CD. With the library CDs, they're normally open. They're normally open. But see, all HMV and Virgin mega stores like buying music. You know what I mean? Like, see, the art of buying music. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you see the thing is, man, you need at least half a day to buy music back in the day from the shop. Because you can't just go in there, oh, just buy one no, you've got to get the headphones out and listen to the imports. And you got to listen to what you want. Flipping hell. Mr. LSD, it's Mr. L, DLSO8. We just used to walk out of Tower Records with the CDs. Mm-mm. Yeah, Quick Save was low budget families, exactly. Yeah, Quick Save, yeah. What was it? No Frills Quick. That was the logo, isn't it? No Frills. Yeah, Hewlett's Our Price. Another good record shop. Yeah, yeah. Copying online, having some markets like Wembley closed down as well. I'm not sure. Good point. Corned beef used to be cheap. Now it's just yep. Little tin of corned beef for under £2 anyway. I used to have to sneak the violin to the house. My missus said I had a problem. I miss record shopping. Yeah, see what I mean? Like that was part of the culture. That culture. They what culture? Everyone keep using that word culture. What culture? There was record shopping culture. Record shopping culture. Yeah. Corned beef used to be dead cheap. Yeah. Now you buy corned beef, it's like fine dining, isn't it? Why do you get like I tell you, you know what my mum when they first came to the UK, right? Like for some reason, there used to be a lot of crabs. Used to be able to get. My mum said used to get crabs cheap, like really nice crab, cooked crabs. And how much did it cost to buy crab now? And it was cheap. It was cheap. You know what I mean? And people didn't have a lot of money them days. So why you have crab? You know what I mean? Yeah, eat crab all week sometime. You know what I mean? You get me? Yeah, eat crab all week. I don't even know how to cook crab. I saw cook crab and everything there. Yeah, it was cheap. And there's a lot of foods like that. You know what I mean? Like that were cheap back in the day. No, they're not cheap no more. Yeah. Because what we used to call it BGO, call it bully beef. We don't call it corned beef. Bully beef. Right? Yeah, Dr. Wu. Bully beef. Dr. Wu, pool shops with the arcade machines went. Oh man, them days there. Them days there. Pool shops with the arcade machines. Oh gosh. No arcade machines around now. Yeah. See, it's totally different. Because everyone's got gaming on their devices now. You know what I mean? But even then, I mean, a few people had the consoles, the Atari consoles. Um, I was best. Asteroids. I was really good at asteroids. Space Invaders I was pretty good after a time. But I tell you what, yeah, Mooncrester, I'm unbeatable. I was unbeatable on Mooncrester. I was unbeatable on Mooncrester. When I used to play Mooncrester, I used to warn people, do not put your credit in there. I said, why not? Because I ain't coming up for a while. I am not. I'd put my whatever was it 1020p playing Mooncrester, and I'll be on that bitch for an hour, easy 40 minutes. So don't put your credit in there. I used to smash Mooncrester and Asteroid, especially on the Atari console. I used to smash Asteroids apart, bro. What's the other one? Was one of the games called Defender? I used to hate that game. I used to hate that game. But Space Invaders were like Space Invaders was the first, isn't it? Space Invaders was the first, bro. And then what order was it in? Yeah, Pac-Man, Space Invaders, and we're talking 79, 80. Everybody was in the cafes, in the arcades, playing games. Mm-mm. Yeah, few seconds of the 45, and that exactly that, and then you'll have to make up your mind whether you wanted to buy it. Jetstar said W. Yeah. You know what the big record shop was in Tottenham? It was Third World Records on West Green Road. Wicked shop though, bro. Tone says Defender and Donkey Kong were my games. Yeah, I didn't like Defender, Tone, man. It was like a grown-up game, innit? It was just like really. I mean, Defender was. I used to find it difficult. But I think spaceships, space invaders, or Pac-Man. Games, man, really popular games. And then I remember the first console I had. Like it was so. If you guys would crack up, you'd laugh. You youngsters would laugh. Like it was a console, and basically it was football and tennis, but the graphics were so basic, and like the tennis was like playing football, and the football was like playing. It was all basically the same game, the little variation in it. Kung Fu Master was great. I don't think I remember that. Big up Lisa. Big up Lisa. Happy holidays, Lisa. Spectrum and Amiga, when you could copy games, said Dub. King of Fighters and Street Fighter were the ones I learned the special moves from. In the arcade all day with £2. Spectrum Sinclair. The Olympic game on the Commodore was the thing. Tom said the first console he had was a similar at Beats. I think it was called Grandstand. I tell you what was really good. Someone lent me what was the Super Mario one? That was a really I used to play hockey and Super Mario. What console was that? My friend lent me the console. Super Mario and hockey. It was really good, man. Really good. Nintendo. That's the one, Tone. Yeah, Nintendo. 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 Yeah. Yeah, man. Hockey was good. Hockey and Super Mario was really good. Super Mario was fun. Yeah. I haven't bought, I was thinking of buying a gaming console actually, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not playing. See, the thing with me, man, I'm not playing none of them mad murder games. I'm not playing them. You know why? You know what I end up is I'm so boring now. I am so bored. I play Tetris. It's it's fucking dry. I know it's dry, but I like it. I like Tetris. I like Tetris. I love Tetris. Yeah, Tetris is dread tone. It's a dread game. That's a Game Boy was way up ahead. Yeah, it was. It was. I can't remember the game. Something you plug into the TV. BG London said nostalgia ting beats. Oh, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Ulix says Tetris was the issue on Game Boy. This is it's a strange game, isn't it? It's very it's simple, but I don't know. I don't know. I just like Tetris. Just like Tetris. I can't. I couldn't even think of playing. What's all the new games called? Like San Antonio, this, that, or whatever them call it. And I don't know. In the way tomorrow, people. In the way tomorrow. You know what I mean? Oh, man, in the way. Call of Duty, that's the one. Mr. DL, SOA, all them that I'm not playing Call of Duty. I'm not. It just looks too serious to play. I'm not playing. Listen, them games that look too serious. I'm not playing no Call of Duty, bro. Well, I think you actually have to join the army before you can play it or something. No, I'm not. No. I'm not playing it. I'm not playing it. I used to like Street Fighter. I used to like Street Fighter, even though I didn't have the console. I used to play it with my brethren's son. Street Fighter with Dhalsim and what was the other one? Are you good? It was bad. It was bad. I used to hate it though because I always used to get my ass kicked. I wasn't winning no games. I don't think I beat my brethren's son once playing it. I don't think I ever beat him. That used to piss me off. Used to piss me off. Man, it's all good, people. It's all good. Hope everyone's having a great holiday period, man. Don't you have too much food like me, though, you know. It's not good. I mean, you're going to pay for it New Year. Don't you have too much food. Go for a walk in the mornings. Go for a walk. Contra game. Mr. D LOS, Mr. D LOSA. It says belly bus yesterday, steak, lobster, and one bag of chocolates. A week's worth in a day. It's all good. BG, I played Pit Fighter at my chip shop, 1990. Damn. Lisa, she says, thank you, Guzzy, and the same to you. Big up, Guzzy. He says, SNES Super Nintendo, my first console was a Commodore 64. N64 GoldenEye was one of the post games, in my opinion. Grand Theft Auto. I'm not playing Grand. No, sorry, I'm not playing. Them games just look very complicated, and all the was the ops game. I'm not playing them games. They look just no. Mr. D says I went gym on Monday. Big up Foundry Gym in the Midlands. Yeah. It's all good though. You only like the holiday periods don't come all the time, do they? They don't come all the time. You know what I mean? It's good to have a little downtime, man. Gym open on Christmas Day. Probably. Oh, it's snowing where you are, Lisa? Was it heavy snow? I might go for a bike ride in the morning. Go for a bike ride. Keep myself ticking over. how Hitchens got taken off the card then. Maybe he wasn't ready. He was supposed to fight Ortiz. Is Keyshawn a free agent? Is he still with Top Rank? I think he is. Okay, Lisa said not yet. We're supposed to get 5 to 8 inches. Mm-mm. Wow. I don't know if we're scheduled for snow in the new year. Haven't heard anything. Like I tell you what, you see the UK. If the UK gets a couple inches of snow, everything grounds to a halt. And other countries, a couple of inches of snow is nothing. They get on with life as normal. You know what I mean? You see some locations around the world, they've got, I mean, like at least 8 inches and stuff, thick snow. And they're just getting on with life. But the UK, a couple of inches of snow, we're done. We're done as Villa. Yeah. Yeah, 2 flakes snow tone, and we're effed. We're effed over here. Yeah, Canada. That's a good example. Yeah, Canada literally don't stop for snow. Yeah, as Guzzy said, and as Mr. D said. Yeah, Canada get heavy snow, and it's just life as usual. Oh, Lisa said Keyshawn not with Top Rank no more. So Eddie, so he looked like Eddie putting him on the show. Guzzy said Canada is cold to the bone. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does look cold. If I leave the UK, I'm not going to Canada. I'm not going to not if I leave out of the UK, I'm not going to a cold country. I'm not. I'm not. I have to go somewhere warm. Even though I don't like when it's too hot, my old ass can't take cold weather no more, bro. I see people going outside, no gloves on their hand and shit. And I'm thinking, what's the matter with them? People are mad. I see like I don't know, like a lot of white dudes come out with t-shirt when they're going pub and I said, what are you doing? But they're young. They're young. It's like when we used to go to Hull up Yorkshire, and this is years back, right? And they had the seafront out there, and the breeze was cold. Jesus Lord, it was cold out there. And like when we used to go to the club, the girls used to like come out with these dresses, like sleeveless dresses, and you flip it now. Mm. Yeah, Lisa, it looks like Keyshawn is rolling with Eddie, yeah? So what? Eddie done with Hitchens already? Mr. D said, I met a Canadian in South Korea, -10. A dude was in a t-shirt sweating. said he's used to minus 30. Yeah, that's nothing to him, that weather there. Nothing. If you're used to that weather, then it's literally nothing, bro. You see me at my age now, can't be doing cold weather. Can't be doing cold weather. The cold weather, you know what I mean, it exposes my circulation, bro. It exposes it bad. I said, nah, I just can't. If I leave this country, I just have to go to a warmer climate. Mm. Yeah, it's different cold up them areas there, bro. Yorkshire tone and them places. It's different cold. Different cold up there. You know what I mean? And you know what it is? You know when you stay with people, they don't like turning on heating in there. I said, put on the heating, bro. I remember like the girl I stay up there with she like listen. Here's some money. Put the heating on. You're used to. I'm not used. Put the heating on. I see a brother come visit. I mean, like, well, oh, why is it really hot in here? It's so hot. What do you mean it's hot? Talking about. Put the heating on. Yorkshire is a different thing, bro. No, not dealing with that. Toe said he was angry for the whole week. It's too cold up there, bro. It's too cold. It's too cold. And the worst thing, they're used to it. They get used to it. Guzzy says the UK needs some climate change. Another 4 or 5 degrees should do. That's why Nigel Benn, you see Nigel Benn. That's why he's in Australia. Nigel Benn said he can't live in cold. I'm not living in no cold country. Can't come back to the UK. He's done. It's no good for you. It's no good for your health, the cold weather. BG London said, no, I'm not going up north. Listen, it's no good for it's no good for us, bro. Right? It's no good. I think is it docks they've got a hull or whatever, and the breeze that comes from there, bro. Can't be done, bro. No. Guzzy said Dylan's been living in Portugal for years now. Yeah, nice and warm. Nice and warm, bro. Go to a warm country. To be honest, it wasn't too bad. When I was younger, I could deal with the different. Now I can't do it, bro. Can't do it. And you see when it gets that cold, yeah. Even the heating, even when you put on the heating, I have to go on that. I'm telling you, that's why even working out now is important for me because I need to keep the circulation going. So even just being in the heat is not enough. I have to keep my circulation going in my legs and my arms, bro. Yeah. Fuck that, bro. Mr. D said the weather affects his skin. Soon got to leave the UK. It's too cold, bro. When they're talking about all that immigrants out, boy, no, I'm not an immigrant. Hey, listen, you might get rid of me soon, boy. It's just too cold. It's getting too cold. Too cold. Getting too cold. So the EDO might get their wish soon, bro. Seriously, you might get your wish. Anything happening in Twitter? Stay home, do nothing, go to bed early. Okay, someone got their tickets for New Year's Eve. Stay home and do nothing, go to bed early. Don't blame you. I ain't going nowhere New Year's. I'm not going anywhere. Not going. In the day, probably gonna meet up with my brethren, eat food and talk some crap. At night time, no, I'm not. No, I got nothing planned at all. I'm old and I'm boring. You know what I mean? And I've come to terms with that. I've come to terms. I'm old and boring. BG London says Spain is perfect European. You've got to be out. You know how hot Spain gets in the summers. Spain is hot, BG. Proper hot. They have to take siestas out there, bro, because it's too hot to do anything, BG. It's too hot to do it. You just got to sit down out of that weather. You know what I mean? Under the parasol, or what do you call it? Is that the right word? You need to be shaded properly, bro. But it's definitely better than the UK, though. And you see the flu. Everyone's got the flu out here, man. The flu's, and they need to do something, man. Like, if so many people have the flu, right? Riddle me this. Why don't you come out with tissues so you can spit your phlegm, right? And clear the mucus from out your nose into a tissue and throw it away and dispose of it correctly. Everyone, nah, come on, man. Come on, man. See, mucus spit. Come on, bro. They don't even spit it in a drain. It's just nasty out here, man. Nasty flipping work. Mr. D says, real talk, he's been getting suntans on the NHS for the past 3 months, 3 times a week. You're being serious as well, isn't it? You can't get suntans on the NHS. Or can you? Told said, we need siestas in the UK. I'll start flagging about 2 p.m. Yeah, they got to take regular naps out because it's too hot to work at times in Spain. BG London said China don't play with spitting. They need to take it serious like China, bro. It's a horrible habit, bro. You know what I mean? Like, if you're sick, bring some tissues. See what I do. If I'm driving, I got to make sure I've got enough tissues in the car. If I'm walking, got tissues. Put some in my rucksack when I'm riding my bike. Spit your things. Come on, man. It's just that. It's nasty, man. But this country don't take nothing serious, bro. They don't take nothing serious. No consequences for that. Okay, Mr. D, serious, bro. He says, yes, you can. I'd happily send you the picture of the tanning booth, City Hospital, Skin Center. Okay. Monday, Wednesday, Friday each week. Melanin top up. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, like, make sure you take your vitamin D as well for your skin. Make sure you get a good quality vitamin D. Ask your doctor. Specifically, like, phone up your doctor and say, hey, I need you to recommend me a vitamin D supplement. You know what I mean? A lot of people. My doctor put me onto it last year, the vitamin D. BG London, tanning booth, he has to take it for his skin. He's got to take it. It's a medical condition, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Mr. D, yeah, he's got a high dose of vitamin D for a few weeks now. He's over the counter. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. It actually makes sense. It actually makes sense. There's probably a few Caucasian people who probably need tanning booth because um, if they're not taking the vitamin D, you need the vitamin D and need to get colored up a bit. Yeah. Even people of color, they might think, oh, I don't need to get sun. Yes, you do. You need to get regular sun. If you can you need to get sun. And the cold weather can actually do mad damage to your blood vessels. Too much cold weather, mad damage to your blood vessels, irreparable damage. Tom said, Anthony said we need regular sun. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I've never played Call of Duty. I haven't got a clue how you play it, bro. Oh, you can only get 60 sessions. Why? Why only 60? If you can prove that it's a medical condition, can't they extend that? The cold weather is a trip, bro. It's a trip. Cold weather is a trip. Absolute trip. Yeah, I'm missing the sun, bro. I'm missing the sun. I'm missing the sun. Even just like from this week, from about a week ago, the temperature drop is serious. I can feel the temperature drop, bro. I can feel it. And you know what it is, yeah? Sometimes I'm not actually cold, but it's just certain like my circulation is affected by the weather so bad. I'm old, innit? Oh boy. Oh boy, I need to be in a warmer climate, bro. I'm just thinking like get out, man. I need to get away, man. Mr. D says too many will increase your chance of cancer, but you can get more if you need it, as long as the consultant signs it off. Okay. All right, that makes sense. Yeah, the heating bills is ridiculous, Anthony. The heating bills are like, and it's so cold. But you see me, I pay the bills. I mean, I don't like the bills, but I'm not doing. I mean, I blast the heat right up all times. Heat blasted up, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, Mr. M, you're gonna get electric blanket. That's gonna bust up the. You know how much the electric blanket's gonna thing? That's gonna light up your bill, your electric bill, the electric blanket. Because how long are you gonna have it? You're gonna sleep with it, yeah? Sounds nice though. It sounds. Hey, you know something though, right? Anthony? Oh, good. My her brother left Jamaica, right? Left Jamaica and moved in with this woman from England. I don't. I think he's still over here. Yeah. You know why he moved from here? Because he said in Jamaica can't really sleep late because of the heat. Yeah. But he says when and he was deadly serious, right? He says in the UK when it's cold, he said he loves it because he just sleeps long sleep because you can't get out. It's too cold. It's too cold. And he was deadly serious. He was deadly serious. He was, but he was a funny dude. He was funny. A funny dude, man. I ain't seen him for ages. He was so funny. He was so funny, bro. That's how a lot of the Jamaican man get gal in it because they just flipping hilarious jokes for days. They just crack you up. Anthony says in Jamaica you have to be up at least by 6 a.m. Seriously. Mr. D, from 6 a.m. you're up in Jamaica unless you're in a hotel with AC. It's been out. I ain't been there for so long. I can't even remember that. So long. I was supposed to go this year, man, but I don't like traveling, man. I don't like traveling. I've only been once with my old man when I was a kid. Yeah, that's why he specifically. I don't have a fear of flying. I just don't like I just don't. I mean, I don't like traveling, man. I don't like traveling. I don't have a fear. I have a little bit of a fear of flying, to be honest. I do have a little bit, but not a bad. It's not a bad phobia. I can get over it. I can get over it. Yeah, he specifically left Jamaica because he said, I mean, he can't sleep. He said, he says over here, just sleep in it. Just sleep in. Mr. D had my wife ready to move to Jamaica until Hurricane Melissa hit. Now she is shook. Why is she shook? Why? What? Because I'd still go. I wouldn't let that put me off. I'd go. I'd go. I'd go. I mean, when it's time, I'm just gonna go. I'm not gonna be thinking about the hurricanes. You know what I mean? Like, I should plan. I should plan to go this year. You know, I really should. Let's get a month over there or something. I don't want to stay with family, to be honest. I hope they're not listening. I don't want to stay with me as well. I don't want to stay with family like that. Do my own thing. Oh, you're back in Jamaica in August, Anthony, yeah? Yeah. Look up my brethren Joe, man, over there. What's Panama like? Panama sounds like a good venture. BG said, like, yeah, I sleep better in the winter for real. Now you see the thing is, Mr. D, my family out there, they won't be looking for that. They got money. They got money, but I don't I don't want to do. I don't know. I just don't want to get involved in all that. Just do my own thing. Oh, panel. Yeah, yeah. So sounds something, bro. Yeah. Tom said whenever he goes to Jamaica, everyone's blind. What do you mean? Wow, man. 6 a.m. Everyone has to be up, you know. Was there any football on today? Have I missed the results? Have I missed the results? Boxing Day, isn't it? It's Saturday now, isn't it? Flipping out. Let me go on the Sky website and see if there's any results. I don't think there has been, or I would have seen something in it. I better not look. If Tottenham lost again, I mean, that's, do my nut in it. Do my bloody nut. Sickening me, isn't it? I can't remember the last time they won a league game. Been useless. Go buy that bloody expensive stadium and can't win no games. Flipping, it's a joke, man. Joke. You see that stadium, yeah? That stadium is just used for capitalism. They make so much money and do so much events. But as for them investing in the team, no, don't let's not bother with that. Let's have a crap team. They don't win nothing. Premier League, 27th, Saturday's game today. Um, Nottingham Forest versus Man City. Arsenal versus Brighton. We're not playing now. Thank God for that. I'm glad we're not playing. Last thing I need to do is be listening or watching. It's more bearable just to listen to it on radio, you know. When you watch it, it's just like, oh my, I can't believe how poor they are. I just can't believe how poor. And you know what's more frustrating? I don't like watching football these days anyway. The way the game has changed, I hate watching it. It's a shit product now. I don't see why people think football is so good these days. It used to be way better to watch Premier League football back in the day. It used to be exciting. The possession thing to these days is just like flipping now, man. Oh, BG, nah, man. Don't even bring up that night, man. That's unfair, BG. It's a low blow. It's a low blow. That's a low blow, man. Tottenham lost 3-0 to Liverpool, and then AJ got smashed up by Ruiz. I just died, boy. I don't know what happened that weekend, man. Told the QPR fan I'm delighted with a draw. Yeah, it was a bad weekend, Andy. It was a bad weekend. Mm. Yeah, them pitches, they were barren in it, Tom, the old school pitches. But is it the undersoil heating why they look a bit better these days? It's the undersoil heating, I guess. Anthony says, match of the day couldn't miss me back in the day. I couldn't tell you the last time I watched a proper football match. Probably the Euros finals. I don't know what they've done to the game, man. I don't know what they've done to it, man. I never forget just the other year I watched Man City versus Tottenham and we lost the game 1-0. And the amount of shots we had and or shot both teams. I didn't watch Premier League for ages. I didn't watch a 90-minute game. I still watch the match of the day here and there because it's highlights. But watching no, I'm not watching that. It's flipping crap. It's not good to watch. It's not good to watch. Individual dribbling no more or anything like the creativity. Nah. Trying to walk the ball into the goal. Just like ridiculous. It's not a good watch, bro. It's not a good watch. Jazz Bond says Clyde Best, you know. That's going back some, you know. Clyde Best. He's one of the first black players in it in British football. No, well, he's from he's from South America though, isn't it? Clyde Best, I believe. Yeah, it was way better without the VAR, Tom. Yeah, bring back the dodgy refs, like you say, and linesmen. Yeah, West Ham, Clyde Best. He's not from Colombia. Bermuda? He was the first one to get the bananas on the pitch and that shit there, isn't it? I think he was the template for the banana frame. You know that's an Olympic event, right? For the football hooligans. They got their own Olympics. Banana frame. They frame bananas on the pitch, you know. That is so disrespectful. Yeah, Bermuda. It could be Bermuda, Tom. Yeah. He took so much stick, boy. The 3 degrees represented at West Bromwich Albion. Cyril, Laurie Cunningham, who my mum used to look after, and Brendan Batson. The first British player to be capped for England is Viv Anderson. Am I right on that? I think I am right. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird. The 3 degrees, yeah, Mr. D, right? Like I said, Brendan, Cyril, and Laurie Cunningham, yeah? were all reared by Ron Atkinson. So it was when Ron Atkinson went on that rant, when he didn't think he was being recorded. It was like, what was he thinking about? And he was the first manager to have so many black players in the team. Just weird, isn't it? I tell you what, I saw this program about racism for black footballers in that era. And Paul Cannonville from Chelsea, his own fans, oh my gosh, like it was unbelievable. But it was that game where we saw few goals and it changed. His own fans used to absolutely barrack him with racial abuse. Mr. D said, yep, that's them beats. Be a big up. Anderson first, yeah. Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest. Oh, they got a statue up there? Or what, a Viv? First full cap. Anthony Mackin, he remembers watching a program in the 90s that some football fans have said calling a black footballer a black B is a term of endearment. PG London, Ron refused to apologize. Yeah, he weren't going to apologize. And he made himself look like such an idiot because he was racially abusing Marcel Desailly, saying he was ignorant. And I'm thinking, Marcel Desailly speaks about 4 different languages. He's a very educated footballer. He's more educated than you are, Ron. How much languages can you speak, Ron? It just made himself look stupid. Jazz Funk, Vince Hilaire. I used to like Vince. Palace. He was on the program and he spoke out the abuse he got. He was on the program. I used to like the Wallace brothers. Rodney Wallace, and it was the other one. It was Rodney. Who were the Wallace brothers? Mr. D says Britain in the 80s with race relations. That's it, Anthony. Danny and Rodney. Yeah, I think it was just 2 of them, innit? Remember George Berry, bro? Remember? I remember when he got abuse from a player and he headbutted the player. Remember? He headbutted the player, bro. I don't know what that player was thinking. I wouldn't have ramped with George, bro. I would not have ramped with George. You know what I mean? He was one of them mixed race brothers with that mad look, bro. George would thump you down. You never forget that one. Not me. I don't know what he was playing at. He used to play for Wolves, George Berry, innit? Yeah. BG, you can't make them old Englishman apologize or say sorry. They're stubborn, innit? Like, and he was trying to blame other people for what he said, Ron. Like Ron Atkins. I didn't get that. I said, "What? So who are you trying to blame, Ron? Whose fault is it? You didn't even apologize." Just one. Ricks from Arsenal called Bob Hazel a black B, and Hazel decked him. Bloody hell. And then we found out Ricks was what? A PEDOFPHILE. Yeah, Graham Ricks. Yeah, yeah. I didn't even know he did that. Oh, skinny Graham Ricks. The Stein brothers. Who's it? One of them played for Luton. I remember the Stein. I remember one of them. I think you're right. There's a name. One of them played for Luton, isn't it? Is it Rick? No, that's Stein. Paul Davis versus Glenn Cockrell. Boy, I don't remember that one, Tom. Mm-mm. Bob Hazel. Yeah, he looked serious. Yeah, but I see. I don't know why anyone would rap with Bob Hazel. I remember it. He didn't look like he took no prisoners, bro. Yeah, a lot of it is due to the environment, BG. It's just the era. Yeah, Brian, that's it. Mark Steen. Yes, 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 Tom. Yes, yeah, Brian Steen. They come up under that David Pleat. That David Pleat era. Pleat was a good manager, innit? Pleat buys prostitutes. Pleat, oh man, he just destroyed his career. Pleat, man, went to see some prostitute, just like Shilton. He just got so much stick, ruined his managerial career. David Pleat, he's a good manager. Anthony said Marcel Desailly played for Olympique Marseille, AC Milan, and Chelsea. Won the World Cup and European Championship with France, captain France. He couldn't be that late. It's just a stereotype, isn't it, Anthony? Just stereotype. He was like Ron Atkinson spoke so much. What was he? Man, something mad, man. Yeah, okay, he broke his jaw. Yeah, flipping out. Paul Davis. And Paul Davis looked like one of them peaceful brothers, isn't it? Mm. Yeah, Ricky Hill had mad skill, bro. Ricky Hill had some mad skill, but he was one of them players, very gifted. He just, for some reason, didn't progress to what his skill level was. Yeah, he did have the Jerry curl in it, too. Ricky Hill. Flipping out, man. He was a good player, though. BG London said Brian Clough was hilarious. He was. Paul Davis. I'm starting to remember that incident now. You guys are saying it. He broke Cockrell's jaw, bro. Mm. I don't know. Whoever messed with Bob Hazel, you're brave. You're brave, bro. You're brave. Bob Hazel just didn't look like someone to play with, man. Paul Davis, Glenn Cockrell. And who was it? Arsenal player who died young, man. That was very sad. Even though I'm not a big Gooner fan, I do. I'm not one of them Tottenham Arsenal guys that goes over the top. Like Rocastle, when that was sad, man. He died so young, David Rocastle. So young. Such a good player as well. 9-game ban for Paul Davis in 1988. Mm-mm. So what happened? Let me read, see if the Mirror can shed light on the story. Paul Davis. Right. As they're saying, an unassuming Paul Davis, skillful player. He was unassuming. Landed a knockout punch to break Glenn Cotterill's jaw. He was given a 9-month match ban, only a £3,000 fine. That was a lot back then. They weren't making the type of money they make today. Even his George Graham, who was a manager, was asked whether the punch had been provoked by a racist remark. But in his book, Arsenal after Paul Davis details for the first time what really happened. He said he played Glenn Cotterill many times, but never had any issues between us, which made what happened that afternoon even more difficult to explain. The game changed my life. He said Cockerell was trying to leave his mark on Davis. Every tackle he hurt or intimidate me. Nasty stuff. At least that was his perception of events. High challenges, late challenges. If we were on the floor, the ball was somewhere else. He'd look to kick out or stamp on me or leave an elbow out when we went up for a high ball together. Okay. He got frustrated with it and he hooked off in it. The left jaw. Mm-mm. Looks like he just lost his rag. Damn, boy. Dropped the man's jaw. Yeah, broccoli. The broccoli massive BG in it. Yeah, Righty and Rocastle. Rocastle was very talented, man. Very talented. Jazz Funk says Big Bob would have given Bruno a good scrap. I would not be messing with Bob Hazel, bro. Sorry. No, just like forget that. Forget that. Rocky, they called him in it. Rocastle, they called him Rocky. Just got this one in how many thousand chance disease. BG London, I was so happy when Sol Campbell came home to Arsenal. Oh no. That that decision made him such a pariah amongst so many Tottenham fans. I'm telling you. The Tottenham fans were so hurt. Was so hurt by that. I remember meeting him up in a club in Islington. Sol Campbell. Jazz Funk says Bob Hayes would KO Wilder. He probably would. I'm telling you, that was one of the most unpopular transfers. I don't know if it was that worse than when Pat Jennings crossed over to Highbury from White Hart Lane. I don't know. Very unpopular though. Very unpopular. Didn't go down very well. I didn't hear the whole of that Wilder interview. But I tell you, Philippines spun his jaw She spun his jaw, bro. That went really bad. That relationship, it looks like. The man put. Tone said Tottenham played good attacking football under Birkinshaw. Keith Birkinshaw was a great manager, but he just didn't manage to win anything. So that's flipping now. That them days was when I think Steve Perryman was our skipper. Steve Perryman. Wow. Is he still about, Steve? I think Keith Birkinshaw kicked the bucket the other year. All will be revealed. Stevie Perryman, you know. Steve Perryman. Okay, Steve's still about. He's 74. Wow. All these play like I was just took John Robertson is 72. Look how old these people are. Flipping now. He still looks pretty good though. Steve looks pretty good. We got Steve. I think that's the only club he played for. Oh no, he joined Brentford and Oxford after Tottenham, I think. 17 years. See, you see that? 17 years at the club. You name me the last Premiership or British footballer who done 10 years at a club, let alone 17. Billy Bonds died the other day. He probably how long did Billy do at West Ham? Billy probably did 15 similar period of time. Look at that, bro. Stevie Perriman, you know. 17 years at the club, you know. Let me see how long Billy was there. How old was Bill? Billy was 79. 21 seasons. 21 seasons. He was there 21 seasons. Didn't Steve Gerrard play for another team? He just played for Liverpool. Stan Bowles, you know, QPR 76. Good side. Finished second behind Liverpool. Stan was very talented, isn't it? See, Stan was one of them players. You know what I mean? There's some talented footballers here, but I don't think England saw them as team players like him, Frank Worthington. He was talented. They saw them more like mavericks, I guess. Would that be the word I need? Or like um, rebels? They were kind of like the rebels in it. Remember Graham Roberts, you know? Yeah. Tottenham throughout, boy. Stocky Graham Roberts. Very solid defender. To watch Graham Roberts, man, yeah. Yeah, Chris Armstrong liked the weed, didn't it, Dr. Wee? That's a good point. Yeah, he did. Chris Armstrong. What club did he come from? Palace? Did we sign him from Palace, Chris Armstrong? Tony Galvin. Yeah. Tony Galvin, man. With the socks down. With the socks down, boy. Tony Galvin. Mickey Hazard was another player there. Paul Walsh. Um, Tony Galvin. He was a good player. Garth Brooks and Archibald up front. Yeah. Steve Archibald. Yeah, yeah, yeah. BG London said Matthew Letitia scored the best goals in England, in my opinion. He scored some amazing goals, didn't he? How long was Steve Gerrard at Liverpool? Probably about 10 years, isn't it? Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard. All right. Date joined. Oh, he went to LA Galaxy. Number 8, Liverpool. He's only 4. How long did he play? Doesn't really say. How long did Steven Gerrard play for Liverpool? Okay. He made his first team debut in 1998, left in 2015. 17 years, 700 appearances. Long, that's a long time. That's a long time. Jamie Carragher. Yeah, Jazz Funk, George Best and Rodney Marsh at Fulham was bloody funny. See, they were heading up that dream. They were playboys. They were playboys. Marsh and George Best were playboys. Rodney Marsh and George Best, playboys. I tell you what, George Best, you get a whole load of women as well. Whole load. Whole load. Rodney Marsh. Them players that it was different culture of football though. Different culture of football. See football now, all this special diet stuff. The man was smoking before the game started. All right, so when it was at Fulham, right, it's particularly remembered for a match against Hereford United, 1976, in which he jokingly tackled his own teammate and drinking mate, Rodney Marsh. George Best. All right, that's what George Best did. Mm-mm. George was so talented, though, naturally gifted footballer, extremely gifted. You can just imagine like George Best and Rodney Marsh, like what they got up to in their free time. Flip it now. What were they getting up to? Original Playboy to Drinking Monkey, 10 greatest ever. Rodney Marsh spent much of his 4 years in Manchester City, partying with his great friend George Best. Despite Marsh playing for City and Best for United. Yeah, the footballers used to live a totally different. At times, as Marsh was a great striker in his day, bags of skill. Yeah, yep. Pre-match pie, pint, and browns. Yep, that's exactly it, Tom. That's exactly it. Or was it Jackie Chan and them guys? Yeah. Yeah, he went. Yeah, That's where he scored the wonder goal, Anthony, with LA Galaxy. Scored that brilliant goal. He was definitely gifted. I don't. I think I spoke to you guys about this before when I was a kid. There was a program on television. I was seeing if I could find it. It's not online, or there seems to be no trace of it. But they were trying to find out who was the best out of George Best and Kevin Keegan. And I'm watching the program. I used to love football. I used to play football. And I'm watching the program, thinking, man, George Best is way better. I mean, like in terms of skill. So I'm thinking George Best. And they gave it to Kevin Keegan. And it wasn't until I got older and a bit more mature that I started thinking about why they gave Kevin Keegan. And that's because Kevin Keegan wasn't as inconsistent as George Best. Kevin Keegan took pride in his fitness. He had a very good physique. He was stronger than George Best. George Best weakened himself by all the alcohol and the partying. Kevin Keegan went into that. In fact, like Kevin Keegan, I think Kevin Keegan ran about a 50-mile run or something. Kevin Keegan went on about a 50-mile run. Let me see if I can find it. Kevin Keegan, 50-mile run. Yep. At age 15, Keegan and two friends completed a 50-mile run from Nottingham to Doncaster And this was done to prepare him for what? Prepare him physically and psychologically for any running he had to do in future pre-season training or football matches. Yeah. And he used to box as well. He boxed as well. That's why he beat him. And look, and like Keegan went on to play for Hamburg, won the league. They won the league, won trophies in Hamburg in Germany, and the Bundesliga was a serious league. Best didn't do that. Yeah, it was yeah. See, the thing what we're basing it on, Tone, is the skill, the ability, like best dribbling and whatever, and just like yeah, he beats Keegan, but he could yet like he can't outwork Kevin. Jazz says Keegan was a goal hanger. Anthony said Keegan had to work hard because he was small and not as technical on the ball. Yeah, he had to work on his game. He wasn't that small though, because he was about 5'8", which weren't that like wasn't incredibly small for footballers back then because they're a lot bigger now. But yeah. BG says gifted versus hard work. Yeah. Best needed a liver transplant, did he? And he still kept drinking once he got it. Jazz Funk says Keegan was solid. No, Keegan was a good player, man. He was a good player. He was a good player. That's just how that goes, though, isn't it? It's no point just having the skill. You need the application, isn't it? That's just living proof of that. You need the application. You need to go all out. That's crazy. 50-mile run, you know. Yeah. Fitness fanatic Keegan. Says Keegan played in a great Liverpool team. That helped. He knew where the back of the net was. Yeah, that's true. BG London said he couldn't run 5 miles. Jazz Funk never rated John Toshak. Was a player or the manager? But then again, Best was in a decent Man United team, although half of them died in that car crash. I think that not plane crash. The Busby Babes. McDermott was my dude, man. Terry McDermott, Tone. I remember that goal he scored. They used to play it at the start of match of the day when he flicked the ball up and he done that dipping volley. What a goal that was! Terry McDermott with the Liverpool curly perm in her. He was just as gangster as anything, boy. He had the original Anfield perm. Terry McDermott, bro. Cult school hero of footballers, Terry McDermott. And then you had who was that? They had a few hard nuts in that team, bro. Let me just see what was his name again. Not Steve Highway. He was the winger. Liverpool FC. Shankly team. Let me see. What's his name again, man? He was harder than Souness. They said Souness was hard. No, this guy was harder. What his name? Steve Highway. See if I can find this Shankly team. Not Hunt, not anything. What's his name? I can see him right there. I just don't know his name. You can see him right there in the picture. See Clemens. Not Jerry Byrne. What's his name? Not John Smith. Oh man, it's good. It's good. I mean, it's good. It's gonna haunt me till I go to sleep now to find his name. I forgot his name. I forgot his name. Is it Jimmy Case? Tommy Smith. How did Tone always get it? If anyone's gonna get it, Tone's gonna get it. Tommy Smith. Proper hard nut. Jimmy Case had the powerful shot, bro. Jazz. I mean, big up Jazz. Tommy Smith. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah, McDermott was a bad boy baller, bro. Yeah, it was an aging team. That like was it Duncan Edwards? I think he died on the. He was supposed to be a special player. Duncan Edwards, yeah. Mm-mm. The Busby Babes. Jimmy Case had a great shot, didn't he? Great shot. That's when the players were allowed to shoot long range shots, not like today. Tommy Smith, bro. They had a serious team, you know. They had such a serious team, Liverpool. It was the siege mentality in it. Like you see, Shankly, he used to tell the players that nobody liked them, that everyone was against them. So it was just siege mentality all the time, all the time. No let up. Everything was siege mentality. Literally couldn't go to Anfield and get a result. It's like a fortress, literally like a fortress. Why did I think it was a predisposition for Ben for Best and the alcohol? That's what they said. It was just something passed from generation to generation in his family. Yeah, he looked old. Tommy Smith always looked old. He always looked old, as you're saying, Jazz. Yeah, he always looked old. Tommy Smith, Liverpool FC. Yeah, you see, he was at the club for 16 years, from 62 to 78. Mm-mm. He's a defender. You never walk alone, boy. That's Phil Thompson. Is Phil Thompson? Yeah, Thompson's still going, man. He's 71. Phil Thompson, yeah. He's a pro. You hear Phil Thompson talk, you know there's only one place in the world he is a proper scouser. Iconic city, Liverpool, man. I don't care what no one says. Liverpool is iconic city. Liverpool ain't no joke, bro. It's not a joke place. 80s, boys from the black stuff. Who used to follow that program here? Let's see the oldies. Anyone follow boys from the black stuff? That program was is it Alan Bleasdale production. It was a brilliant program, man. Really good program. One of the best. Yeah, Paisley had a great team. Do you think Paisley had a better team than Shankly? Kiesa Joe Beats. This is Jazz. Yeah, Yossa. Yossa, you know. When Yossa met Graham Souness, yeah, it was brilliant tone. It was brilliant. When he met any did he ask Graham Souness for a job? It was bleak in it. The program was just bleak. It was depiction of the 80s, man. England in the 80s. That's all it was. Bernard Hill was that. Wow. It was just like it's still working. Play me dull, man. It was iconic. It was iconic. I think like that program. It was it was an era when like TV programming had an authenticity that I don't think can be recaptured right now with all the content and all the other competing forms of content. Yeah, love thy neighbor. Just couldn't make a program like that today, innit? Like it wouldn't even get past the flipping the trial. It just wouldn't get past it. It'd be like, nah. Todd says Paisley fine tuned it and achieved success, but Shankly, that club and the team's foundation. Flipping brilliant football team, man. I mean, like Alan Hansen was a great player, bro. He was really good. Alan Hansen was so good. Jazz funk fashion. Oh, what he did to Mabbott, that was sickening, man. That was sickening. Destroyed Mabbott, boy. John Fashioning. That was crazy. Yeah, he was proper Silk Hansen, great defender. Him and Mark Lawrenson in the centre halves. You're just not scoring no goals. Nobody was scoring goals. They just shut it down. What fight did you pay for, Crescencio? What fight did you pay for? In a way, it's nearly time to go to sleep now, boy. I'm not gonna sleep on the line. I nearly did one there. The monster, Crescencio, yeah. Oh, what do you mean you paid for the fight? Do you mean you got a subscription? It's free. It's part of the subscription. Oh, you've probably got a different plan. You've probably got a different plan. You can still pay for the pay-per-views. What about I'm thinking some Liverpool players from the great Dalglish, Kenny Dalglish. I know. I mean, like a few things came out that he said some horrible things about black footballers, but he was so skillful, man. Kenny Dalglish. People, Ronnie Whelan was dirty. Ronnie Whelan was a dirty player, Tom. Good, but he was dirty. Who did he chop? Was it Mark Chamberlain? Mark Chamberlain was working the wing, and they got Whelan, brought Whelan on to chop him up. Couple of tackles. Barnsley. All right, nearly time to go. We got 4 hours in. Time flies, isn't it? Time flies. 10 to 2. What's it to do now? I need to watch something and then go to sleep. I'm not going to go to sleep. It's too early. Only period. All right. I don't. I might go live to do it. No, I don't know. I don't know. Probably won't, but we'll see. Anthony says Douglas was great, but the racism makes me see him in a different light, a negative light. You should say, yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's in about 1 p.m. They said time to UK time. About 12:57. They said. The Lord knows that why they put 12:57. I mean, but I do want to see Nakatini, so I can't just tune into the mains. I need to watch a bit of the card. Yeah, it's time to go to bed, Lanny. You're right. You're right. It's time to go to bed. Peace.